Get your calendars out. February 17th, February 18th, live trading, San Diego. We got the Lowe's Coronado. I mean, what else would you want? This event is limited to 50 people. Look at your calendar, clear it, make sure you show up. If you want to be a rebel, this is the place to be. You got to sign up for it now. Giddy up, baby.
Welcome back, folks. And it is the final 3 at 3 of the week. And additionally, I'm reminding all of you that we do not trade on Monday because it's the observation of Dr. Martin Luther King Day. So no markets will be open on Monday in the United States. With that said, let's get started. And 3 at 3, 3 at 3 brought to you every day at about 3 p.m. And what we talk about is, of course, unusual activity. That's right, activity that is larger than normal and that indicates that somebody has bought into a position that they stand to profit from if the market runs up, which would be a big call buy, or if the market runs down, which would be big put buyers. So with that said, let's get started with a look back at a trade we put on about a week ago, because last Thursday we talked about wind on this show, and we said, look, these January 93 calls are being bought in big numbers. Well, take a look at where wind is today. It's not $90, it's $99. For most of us, that's a 10 or 11% gain on the stock. But had you bought the options that expire the 27th of January, in other words, they've still got 2 full weeks to trade, you would be a very happy camper now because your calls are now deep in the money. Bang. That's what I'm talking about. That's why you should trade and watch what we're talking about every day. We can't pull the trigger for you. We are not your financial advisor. We can tell you what we're doing, and I'm telling you, it's a very good day today in WYNN, W-Y-N-N. There's Pete and I with a celebratory cigar. I was enjoying some nice Davidoffs last night over here in St. Moritz, and then I went to Munich this morning, and now I'm back getting ready to load up for tomorrow going to Austria. So that's the way I'm celebrating, meeting a bunch of friends and enjoying a bunch of conferences. Now let's talk about Caesars Entertainment, CZR. You know the casinos that they own, and you know they're some of the biggest names in the business pushing at these conferences or at these shows. And they would include the likes of, well, Adele. So 10,000. 27th of January, 50 calls bought here with the stock trading at 47.33. Big trade and cheap shot. Instead of paying $50,000 roughly if they bought 1,000 shares of stock, instead they're buying the 50 calls, which are above the market, but because of the limited time frame and because they're above the market, you're only paying about 80 cents, let's say, for these options, which means $80 for each option that you purchase. A 10 lot can be had for $800, not $47,333 or nearly $50,000. Pardon me, if you had to buy the stock. That's why we trade options, my friends. All right. We also have a live trading event coming your way in San Diego. So if you're somebody living on the West Coast or you don't mind traveling to the West Coast from parts further to the east, well, Market Rebellion Live in San Diego is going to be going on in February. You can find out all about the 2 days of live trading by going to marketrebellion.com/SD like San Diego. That's marketrebellion.com/SD like San Diego. Now let's take a look at this one, which hit in C Limited, and it was the February 70 calls being bought with the stock under 60. So this is a very bullish trade. It's not just a cheap shot because they paid up to $1.21 for these calls, but it is a shot that gives you the control at 70 for a stock that's trading 58.83. In other words, that's a bit of a long shot. So what I like to do is I buy at the money calls and I sell upside calls against it. These calls will have approximately 6 weeks to live. I like the trade. I bought these calls this morning and I hope to ride them to victory in the next coming weeks. Again, 7,000 is 700,000 share equivalent, and they're buying those at the Feb 70 strike, which is pretty significantly above where the stock's trading right now. Rebel's Edge Live, yeah, the show goes live every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Rebel's Edge Live. We bring you our breakdown of the 4 top business stories in the market that day, as well as 2 bits of unusual activity. And we only waste your time with 1 minute of macro because we know you can't really make any money on macro, folks. So we don't waste your time with it. Lastly today, take a look at Farfetch. This is a big high-end fashion play. 4,000 July 5.5 calls. I remember when this was double-digit stock. It's not anymore. Single digits. $5.67. They're buying these calls, the Jan 550s. Those calls, folks, are approximately 17 cents in the money. Because obviously the right to buy the stock at 550 when it's trading 567 is worth 17 cents. Look what they paid, about double that, 35, 38 cents, something like that. Well, that indicates to us, because they were bought very quickly and are bigger than the open interest, that somebody is betting that the stock goes higher in the short term. Short as in 2 weeks. Next week, they don't, I'm sorry, what am I saying? 2 weeks, folks. This one is a 1 week trade because today is the 13th. Next Friday is the 20th. They expire on Friday. And keep in mind, we only have 4 trading days next week because Monday is a holiday celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King. Bang. That's going to do it for us. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you tell a friend about it. You can learn more about trading stock options, futures, and crypto by going to marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. We can show you how to trade like we do. We can also tell you how time decay and volatility compression can work against you. But you can make them work for you if you know how to do some spreads. And that's what we can teach you. marketrebellion.com/get started. All right, I'm getting started on my weekend, heading to Austria tomorrow. I hope you have a good one, folks. I'll see you next week.